Hey guys, how's it going? So today we are in my bathroom. Today's video is going to sort of be part one of a video that's also coming next week around getting ready for weddings and parties and sort of bigger events when you want to look a bit extra special. So what's really important with this is that you take care of your skin first and foremost, because your makeup's not going to look good if the base doesn't look good. I know we hear that all the time, like everyone always says it, but what does that mean? What do they do? This is, I guess, sort of my routine. It's probably a bit different to others. I by no means think I am a skincare expert. If you want to learn a lot more about this kind of thing, I really love Beauty Within. They're a great channel. I'll link them below. They have all kinds of videos on what you should and shouldn't do and how to use products and for your skin type, and that's probably a really good place to kind of go with that. But this is leading into a get ready with me next weekend so last weekend I was at a wedding. I filmed it, posting it next weekend. So yeah. Also, I dyed my hair grey. What do you think? Sort of subtle, sort of nice, kind of into it. The thing that's really important is that you take care of your skin in the weeks. I mean, you should always take care of your skin, but in particular in the week leading up to your event. So if it's on a Saturday, the Sunday, pretty much every Sunday, I'll do like a face mask or a sheet mask, something like that. That's kind of a bit more R&R for my skin. And then throughout the week, make sure you're drinking lots of water. You're not drinking too heavily. You're not, eating really bad foods, because all of that is going to be visible in your skin texture when you go to the event. Cool. So, got a headband, a little makeup headband. I tried this in a sports girl makeup first impressions, but I've done like the real dodgy and I've accidentally deleted the footage from the start of the video, and it was the first impressions and now I don't know what to do. I'll probably just film a new intro, but anyway, I got this there. So the first thing that's really important is that every night you're taking off your day with a good cleanser. So I use the Eve Lom Ritual Cleanser. It's expensive, I'm not gonna lie, it's really expensive. There are other cheaper alternatives that I quite like. Clean It Zero it's from Banala. It's a Korean brand, I think, and you'll be able to get this online. It does the job as well. So this is about pre-cleaning, taking off everything before you can actually then cleanse the skin. So you need to kind of remove what's there first. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of this. It's like a balm cleanser, it's an oil one, and you really, if you're not doing this, you should be doing this. It's something that takes off your makeup in a really good way. I just push that into the skin. Circular motions. It feels so nice, honestly. It's just literally the favorite part of my day. It's called the Ritual Cleanser because it actually comes with this ritual that you're meant to do while you use it. I don't do that so much anymore. I used to be really pedantic about it, but it just takes a long time, that's all. But kind of think of it like nightly meditation. You get cloths with these, they're like linen cloths. There's one hanging here that's really filthy that needs to be washed. This one's clean, and then some warm water, and then you kind of sponge over your face. Just speed this one up. So the cloth is wet with warm water, and then you just press it over your face, first of all. So it's about opening up the pores and really letting that cleanser in. Great. So once I'm happy that everything's very clean, there's no residue left, you rinse it out and then you change to cold water. And then you gently press that with the cool water into your face. So the point is that you're sort of closing up those pores a little bit so they're not so open and warm, and then all the bad stuff won't get in. So now, what I like to do, normally I use like a chemical exfoliant, so a toner with AHAs and things in it, but when I have an event, I like a bit more of that physical exfoliation, sort of the day before, just to make sure there's no little flaky bits and they're all kind of gone for when I'm applying my makeup. So I use a few different ones. One I've got here is the Ole Henriksen Pore Balance Facial Sauna Scrub, which is lovely. And I also have the Dermalogica Daily Superfoliant, which is also quite lovely. I might use this one today because it's a bit gentler and my skin doesn't feel too flaky, so I don't want to go crazy. This actually is a powder, so let's see what we can do here. But it's like a black, dark grey dust, and you put a few drops of water into it. Once you have enough water, form a paste in my palm of my hand, and then I put it on my face. It's great. So this is messy. This one, it's not a good one if you are traveling maybe and don't want to get shit everywhere, but it does a great job. It's a gentle exfoliant, so if you're not a big exfoliator but you just want to have like fresh skin the next day, this one's good. Great. So you can see I'm a bit red now, obviously around the areas where I was rubbing, which is fine. At this stage, normally if it's the night before, I'll do either like a sheet mask or like a more sort of deep treatment depending on what my skin needs at the time. So right now I feel like what my skin is really needing is a bit of detoxing. I've had, a lot of sweating lately and things like that, and that's just more the kind of thing that I feel like I need. Sometimes if I feel like I'm more just wanting to brighten and things, then I'll use a different sheet mask. So in this case we're going to use the Hydroclay Detox Mask by the Hydroclay Detox Mask by Ole Henriksen. So I love this one. It makes my skin just feel, amazing. So I have a brush that I keep in my bathroom that I use for applying these things. So this one is like a white sort of mask. I just dab it on, make sure I get a thick layer and even. But what I do normally do is I like trace my perimeter. So I can get around the really sensitive areas first, and then I come back and I fill in. So okay, so now we have a nice thin even layer of this. I'm going to leave it for about 15 minutes and then I'll come back when we're ready to wash it. I am back. So I've let it dry. It's been about 15-20 minutes. I'm just going to quickly wash this off. Sometimes I use the same cloths to help get this off. It just kind of, moves a bit better, but depends. Great. So now I am clean and dry. My skin feels so smooth, so tight. Lovely. Now is when we get into treatments post-cleansing. It's really important the order that you apply things in at this stage. So the next step then is serums. I'm using the Ordinary Hyaluronic with B5. Scoopy, comes in dropper. And I just, on the face, in a quantity. Chin, neck. Oh, I dropped that. Anyway, smooth it in. Don't be rough with your skin at this stage. It's really important that you're not causing irritation because you're doing a lot with your face. Just be nice to it. It's kind of like a sticky base. Just like to leave that for a few minutes before I apply my moisturizer. So I use a heavier moisturizer sort of at night. Sometimes I will just use an overnight mask. I really love the Origins Overnight Drink Up Mask. It's one of my favorites. And I'll do that if I'm not using an oil, but today I'm going to use an oil. So instead I'm using the Fresh Lotus Youth Preserve Face Cream. It's just a moisturizer, nothing too, always put it in my hair. Gross. Nothing too exciting, just a bit on each cheek and then a bit on my nose. Don't go crazy. Same kind of thing. You've done so much work with the surface of your skin, you're smoothing it over very gently and pressing it in. You shouldn't feel like you have to rub it for it to work. Now the last step for me, for my skin prep in the terms of the sort of night before, is an oil. And then I know a lot of people will be like, why didn't you put on the oil before your moisturizer? Go check those other videos. It's important that you put the moisturizer on first because that will actually help. The moisturizer is a deeper moisturizer for your skin than an oil is. I'm using the Drunk Elephant Marula oil. I love it. It's got no smell, which I love. Sometimes I use a rose one, it's a bit intense for me and it irritates my skin a bit. This is just very, no smell, it's clear. And I use literally 1, 2, 3 drops, that's it, more or less. And that should cover your whole face. And I just use my middle fingers, just smooth that out across. That's it, that's all you do. And that's it, guys. So I'll be back next week for the actual event. And when you see me, I'll have my eye mask on. Day of, I do an under eye mask and also a lip treatment to make sure my lips are super moist. If I'm going to be wearing any lipsticks and things, it just sort of helps. But this is sort of what you should be doing to help get the base that you want for your makeup application. And you can swap different things in and out. I always do, depending on what I kind of feel like I need. But that's about it. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope this was sort of informative for you, and I'll see you next time.